You know, when we think about hospitality today, artificial intelligence has gone from this futuristic idea to a really practical, must-have tool for our day-to-day operations. This isn't some sci-fi movie stuff. It's about how we deliver amazing service in a world that demands more and more from us. So let's dive into how AI is completely changing the game at the front desk and what that really means for you.
Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is, well, you can think of me as your hotel AI expert. I've spent years deep in modern hospitality operations and performance support. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. We're really looking forward to supporting your professional growth in this incredible industry.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll get a real sense of the challenges in modern hospitality. Then, we'll break down what we mean by an AI partner. And yeah, we are absolutely going to tackle that big question. Is AI going to take my job? The answer might not be what you think. After that, we'll see how AI actually serves you, what your role is in all of this, and finally, how this knowledge makes you a truly future-ready professional.
Okay, let's kick things off by setting the stage. Because the world that you're stepping into as a hospitality pro, well, it's more demanding, but honestly, it's also more exciting than it's ever been before.
So, what are we up against? This slide really breaks it down. Our guests show up with sky-high expectations, right? They're used to super seamless experiences everywhere else. On top of that, the competition is just fierce. So the pressure's on us to deliver service that's not just fast, but is also deeply personal and perfectly consistent, every single time for every single guest. That's a huge lift for any front office team. So, the big question is, how do you meet all these demands without completely burning out your team? Well, let's talk about the tool that's becoming our most valuable partner in making that happen.
When you strip it all down, AI is really just this. It's a computer system that's designed to do things that usually take human brainpower. For us in hospitality, that means spotting patterns in what our guests like, predicting what they might need even before they ask, and constantly learning from all the data we have. Bottom line, it's a tool that gives us incredible insight.
Okay, and this next part, this is probably the most important thing we're going to talk about for your career. We need to get crystal clear on what AI's real role is at the front desk. Right. The elephant in the room. Is a robot going to take my job? Look, it's a totally fair question, and it's one we have to tackle head on. There's a lot of anxiety out there about this stuff, but a lot of it comes from a basic misunderstanding of what AI is built to do in our industry.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The myth is that AI is here to replace you. But the reality? No. The reality is it's here to support you. AI is amazing at the repetitive, routine stuff. Processing standard requests, checking things, analyzing tons of data. And that frees you up, the human, the professional, to focus on what really counts, creating genuine connections and solving problems with empathy.
I want you to just let that sink in for a second. The whole point of this technology is not to get rid of the human touch. That's the heart of hospitality. It's to make that human touch even more powerful. The AI handles the boring stuff, the process, so you can focus on perfecting the human experience. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does this whole support system actually work? How does it turn a bunch of raw data into an unforgettable stay for one of your guests? Think about it. Every single day, your hotel is sitting on a mountain of data. Every reservation, every little preference someone notes down, every online review, every email, it's literally a goldmine of information. By themselves, they're just little tidbits. But when you put them all together, they tell a powerful story about what your guests really want. So here's how it works. And it's actually pretty simple, but so powerful. The AI system gathers and crunches all that data way faster than any person ever could. It spots the patterns, like, hey, this guest always books a spa treatment and asks for a late checkout. The system flags that for you so you can proactively email them the new spa menu before they even arrive. And that's the magic. That's the wow moment. You're not just reacting anymore, you're anticipating. You're enhancing their stay from the very start.
So what's the key takeaway here? It's that while this tech is incredibly powerful, it doesn't just run the show on its own. You are always, and I mean always, in the driver's seat.
So don't think of yourself as just a user of the system. You're the supervisor.
You and your leadership team, you set the rules. You define the brand standards that the AI has to follow. You decide what service opportunities it should point out, and most importantly, you're the one who decides when a situation needs that human touch. The tech is smart, for sure, but it only operates within the boundaries and the strategy that you create.
And, getting a handle on this relationship between you and the technology, it's not just about keeping up, it's about giving yourself a massive strategic advantage for your whole career. And this is something we really drive home at Europe Hotel School. Being AI literate isn't some optional extra anymore. It's a core skill. Knowing how to work with these tools builds your confidence, gets you ready for the real world of hospitality today, and makes you an absolutely invaluable asset to any hotel. You become that person who can perfectly blend high-tech with high-touch service. So I'm going to leave you with a question to think about. As you move forward, this technology is only going to get more and more integrated into everything we do. Because the real question isn't if AI is going to be part of our future, it already is. The question is, how are you, with your unique creativity, your empathy, and your passion for this industry, how are you going to use it to create the next level of guest experience? The future really is in your hands.